You might think the Menglong incident is just a storm in the entertainment industry. It isn't. The real tremor is happening in Beijing's power center. While the entire internet is under blackout and public opinion is being brutally suppressed, two strange red warning lights have suddenly lit up inside Zongnanhai. One is Xi Jinping's most trusted, inner court steward, Kai Chi, who has mysteriously vanished from public view for more than 10 days. The other is Minister of Public Security Wang Xiaohong, whose close associates have been taken down one after another, with some even dying under bizarre circumstances. Silence in officialdom is never just emptiness, it's a signal. And when two heavyweight figures who control propaganda and public security both start acting abnormal at the same time, the entire political circle is asking, has someone reached their limit? Has something happened that can no longer be covered up? In this strange atmosphere, an underground black industry chain, a group of powerful elites, and a deadly setup seem to be showing their cold outline through the cracks. Today, we'll start from here. Behind the Menglong case, is a much bigger black hole being torn open? Don't miss the next drop, subscribe and hit the bell. Strange signals from Zongnanhai, two top officials, out of order. First, we need to lift our gaze from the entertainment industry and look at what weird things are happening in Beijing's political circle. In the past few days, movements around two senior CCP officials have been extremely abnormal, and this has directly made people wonder whether the protective umbrella behind the Menglong case is itself on the verge of collapse. These two are no small fish. One is Politburo Standing Committee member Kai Chi, and the other is Minister of Public Security Wang Xiaohong. Let's talk about Kai Chi first. As Xi Jinping's top steward in the Zongnanhai system, Kai Chi has recently been conspicuously absent from three major domestic events. Let's count them. First, on November 9th, at the opening ceremony of the Guangzhou National Games, he did not show up. Second, on November 12th, when Xi Jinping met the visiting King of Spain, Kai Chi wasn't there. Third, on November 14th, when she met the King of Thailand, he was still missing. Up to November 20th, he still had not appeared in public. In a political system like the CCP's, which is obsessed with protocol and rank, an official at his level should be accompanying Xi to all of these events. Yet he simply disappeared into thin air. Although we cannot say with 100% certainty that something has happened to him, in CCP politics every move made by an official carries symbolic meaning, and such consecutive vanishing acts are clearly not a good sign. Now let's look at Minister of Public Security Wang Xiaohong. Even though he reappeared on the 18th, ending more than a week of being off the radar, that doesn't mean his position is secure. Current affairs commentator Li Muyang points out that Wang Xiaohong's present situation looks very similar to that of former security czar Zhou Yongkang before his fall. Before Zhou was taken down, they first began by removing his wings one by one. Look at the people around Wang Xiaohong. Vice Ministers of Public Security Su Ganlu, Chen Siyuan, and Sun Maoli, these trusted subordinates have all recently been dismissed. Even more chilling is what happened with Beijing Municipal Public Security Bureau Deputy Director Dong Yijuan, who suddenly died on the second day after the fourth plenum opened last month. Official confirmation of his death came only 25 days later. He was Wang Xiaohong's key aide when Wang served as Beijing's police chief. At such a sensitive time, for a core figure in charge of security in the capital to suddenly die, and for the authorities to delay reporting the death for so long, inevitably raises suspicions that something is very wrong behind the scenes. In a 17-person gathering list circulating online for the night Menglong died, there is a person named Xin Chi, as well as someone named Kai Yijia, who is rumored to be Kai Chi's illegitimate son. The rumor also claims that the person who ordered a total internet blackout and banned all discussion of the case was Kai Chi himself. Even though the CCP has suppressed all related discussion as much as it can, more than 2 months on, the Menglong case is still burning, with public attention far surpassing many previous incidents. Li Muyang points out that a case under such intense scrutiny, yet handled by Beijing's Chaoyang branch with repeated violations of norms and even of the law, makes it hard not to suspect that someone at a much higher level is protecting those involved. The trajectory of this case is still worth close attention. The shadow of money laundering in Jiaozhou, Shandong, and the fall of Sun Yonghong. After talking about power struggles in Beijing, let's look at money. Money is often the key that unlocks all puzzles. Recently, netizens dug up an old piece of news. On September 14th, Jiaozhou Municipal Party Secretary Sun Yonghong in Shandong was taken away for investigation. Many people might ask, what does a local official in Shandong have to do with Menglong? Let's pull the timeline back to 2013. That year, Menglong took part in the talent show Happy Boy and signed with Tianyu Media. That same year, Sun Yonghong was serving as mayor of Jiaozhou, Shandong. Where's the connection? It lies in that mysterious figure, Xin Qi. Information shows that in 2015, Xin Qi used the Happy Boy/Happy Girl brand to register several hundred companies. Take note, several hundred companies. And the main registration address of these companies was Jiaozhou, Shandong. Widespread rumors say that these companies were actually used for money laundering, and may even be involved in smuggling arms and other deeply criminal activities. Meanwhile, companies associated with Menglong also had trademarks registered in categories related to weapons/fireworks. So he might not just have been a victim of casting couch-style abuse in the entertainment industry, but also, perhaps without fully realizing it, been dragged into a huge money laundering machine involving collusion between officials and businessmen. And Sun Yonghong's downfall may be the beginning of this underground chain breaking apart. Fans mention missing teeth, Fan Shiqi explodes, guilty conscience. Back to the entertainment circle. Recently, actor Fan Shiqi's behavior in several incidents has repeatedly ignited public anger online. During a recent live stream, a fan asked him if he eats yachi, missing teeth, which is actually just a spicy snack from Hunan. But when Fan Shiqi heard those three words, he suddenly flew into a rage and snapped back at the fan, reacting extremely aggressively. Later, when he realized it was a misunderstanding, he hurried to apologize. Why is he so sensitive to missing teeth? Because netizens had already noticed a terrifying detail about Menglong before he died. From videos and photos, it looks like his lower molars at the back were all gone. Even more horrifying, people found information showing that another artist who died under mysterious circumstances, Xiao Renliang, also appeared to be missing his back molars. These two artists had both been managed at some point by the same agent, Du Chang. Du Chang and Fan Shiqi both appear on the 17-person gathering list from the night of Menglong's death. Netizens, seeing Fan Shiqi's overreaction, roasted him online, so he has been watching, and he does know people are talking about Yu's back teeth being all removed, guilty conscience. This is the classic, no silver buried here, move. Earlier, to celebrate the premiere of his new drama Cloud song, Wine to Come, working title, Fan Shiqi posted a video of himself cutting into a lemon with a knife and fork. For fans and followers of the case, this felt like a naked provocation, because Menglong's fans have always affectionately called him Meng Meng, which sounds like lemon in Chinese. The comments section immediately collapsed into a flood of criticism telling him not to drag the drama's reputation down with him. This growing distrust has already shown up in real life. Fan Shiqi was originally scheduled to hold a concert in Chengdu, but reportedly only sold around 50 tickets, an embarrassingly small number, and the event was eventually cancelled. Fans warned in 2013, signing with Tianyu will ruin him. In fact, Menglong's tragedy may have been fated from the moment he signed with Tianyu Media in 2013. Netizens have found old posts showing that as early as 2013, some fans had warned that Tianyu's cooperation with TV stations to produce talent shows was just to stockpile cheap, unpaid labor for the New Year's Eve galas, because hiring real stars costs money, while these people cost nothing. This fan pointed out that once contestants make it into the top 20, they are all forced to sign with Tianyu, or they get eliminated. If they refuse or break the contract, they have to pay enormous penalties. At the time, other fans chimed in saying, signing with Tianyu will destroy him. Looking back now, Menglong's days under Tianyu seem full of signs of bullying. In a new media ranking released by the company in 2020, the photos of all the artists were in color, except for Menglong's, which was in black and white. When he wrapped a show and cut his wrap cake, the cake they gave him looked bizarrely like a funeral wreath. The company even had him use a knife to cut directly across his own name on the cake, a huge taboo in traditional culture. Looking at all of this now sends chills down your spine. This wasn't just workplace bullying, it looks a lot like long-term psychological torture, even a vicious curse. From despair to awakening, global support blooming everywhere. Menglong's death has not only exposed the darkness of the entertainment industry, it has also reflected the deep despair in Chinese society as a whole. Commentator Li Dayu notes that the storm stirred up by this incident has long since exceeded the scope of entertainment. Among Chinese youth under 30, nearly 80% are disillusioned with the regime. New graduates collectively mock themselves as the last generation and choose to lie flat. Housing prices have halved, mortgage defaults are spreading, assets are fleeing overseas. Against this backdrop, what happened to Menglong has become the last straw that broke many people's psychological defenses. Yet in this darkness, we've also seen the light of human conscience. Even though the CCP is frantically maintaining stability inside the Great Firewall, deleting posts, banning accounts, silencing people, outside the firewall, the wave of support for Menglong keeps rising and spreading. In Taiwan, support actions continue to expand. From Taipei's Ximending and Shilin night market to downtown Keelung, Dolio in Yunlin, and Tainan's Dream Mall, and most recently at the Taipei bus station hub, giant digital screens have lit up with images of Menglong, bearing words like, "A kind person should not end like this. Speak out for the conscience in your heart." People in Taiwan summed it up beautifully: Menglong is first and foremost a human being, and only second a Chinese. In Canada, on the streets of Toronto, a girl went out all by herself and posted flyers supporting Menglong in more than a dozen locations. In Australia, friends in Melbourne have already organised a third offline support event. As one netizen put it, every single thing we do is not insignificant, every action we take may become the reason someone else finally takes their first step. Why is there still no result? That might actually be good news. Lastly, I want to talk about a question many people are asking: why, after so long, has there still been no official conclusion to the case? One netizen's analysis is very thought-provoking. He said, "The fact that there's no news right now might actually be good news." Why? If those people truly had unlimited power, they would have already forged a flawless autopsy report long ago, forced the family to sign off, and thrown it out to close the case within 3 to 5 days of the incident. But they haven't. To this day, we haven't seen a statement from the family, nor any forged authorization documents. This suggests that the family has not compromised, and has not been fully controlled. It also suggests that there are internal conflicts. It could be that the police system has not been fully settled, and some people inside are quietly resisting, or perhaps high-level power struggles in Beijing are playing out through this case. Those acting as the protective umbrella may be powerful, but they also fear implicating themselves, so they dare not easily falsify everything and stamp it down. This is why we cannot stop. Every repost, every discussion, adds pressure on those who want to bury the truth, and buys more time for justice. As long as the family doesn't sign, and as long as we refuse to forget, this case is not over.